Okay. Looks like we did have one show up, so I will go ahead and let's see here. Let me do one more thing here real fast, so I can get the word out. Woo. Some more material got posted by one of the channels. Okay, interesting. Okay. All right. Let me do a couple more things. Self-promotion. Okay. All right. So hopefully got the word out. Let me do that. There we go. So that way I can get on the solo layout. But let's see. Why don't I wait until some more people show up? Hold on. All right. Let me pause that. At least we got one. So that's good. I can roll with that. All right. So we are talking severe weather, unfortunately, and this will begin in earnest tonight, and this will last really through about the middle part of the week. So let's do this here while I get this set up. Okay. Restore pages. No. Yeah, I'm just working through my computer stuff here. Let's see. And then we'll also get into the model data as well for you today, and kind of discuss what I'm thinking in terms of where the severe weather potential might set up tomorrow across parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and then going into Kansas and Missouri. Now, the one thing I will say is that the higher end severe weather, that's going to be well up north towards Iowa, Nebraska, and even into Wisconsin, where there is a level 4 moderate risk of severe weather for that part of the country. And that includes the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area, which the last time the Twin Cities was under the level 4 level risk category of severe weather, you have to go all the way back to 2016 for that. And that's been a while. So for those people, they're really not used to seeing the higher end severe weather, the upper echelon, if you will, in terms of severe weather. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me do this real fast. And then I got one more page, actually, that I need to share this on. Let me do this real fast. Let me do this. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, that's about all the pages I can think of in terms of getting the word out. Eventually, once I'm able to upgrade, I'll be able to go live on more than just one platform. I'll be able to go live on Facebook. I'll be able to go live on Instagram. I'll be able to go live on those platforms. So, with all that said, let's discuss the severe weather that we got in the forecast now. And with that, let's do this. Let's pull up the Storm Prediction Center website here. And we're going to hide this. Okay, so here is today's risk. And we have a level 2 out of 5. So let's just start out with the level 2. So we have a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk from about a line from about Guyman, Liberal, Kansas, up toward Garden City, Kansas, through Amarillo, on down to Lubbock, and then to about the Oklahoma-Texas line, and then up toward about Dodge City, and then from there, this expands all the way up to the Dakotas and Montana. And then farther south, this goes all the way down to about the I-10 corridor in Texas. So that's your level 2 out of 5 risk. And then surrounding that, you have a level 1 out of 5, which is a marginal risk. And that stretches from the Mexican border through West Texas, through all western Oklahoma, in through Kansas, all the way up to the Canadian border. That's how far and wide that level 1 out of 5 risk goes. Now, which risk level that you're in doesn't matter, because let's go through every single one of these categories that you can think of. Let's start out with the tornado risk first. So we have a 5% chance of a tornado from about Garden City and Dodge City through Liberal, Guyman, Beaver, through Amarillo, Wheeler, Texas, Childress, Texas, all the way down to Lubbock, Texas. That's your 5%. Then surrounding that, you have a 2% chance. So what does that tell me? We have a low chance, but it's not zero. I can tell you that right now from experience, that I've seen tornadoes happen even when it's just a 2% risk day. So you can never take any kind of a risk for granted, because even if, say, you're in Woodward, for example, or Greensburg, Kansas, for example, and you're thinking that, oh, David, I'm just in the 2%. I'm not in a 5%. It's not a big deal. It is somewhat of a big deal, because you can still get tornadoes, and or you could still come under a tornado warning even if you're in a 2%. All you need to have is just enough shear, enough instability, and enough turning of the winds with height to cause a tornado warning to get issued, and or be strong enough to even produce a tornado. So that's your tornado probabilities right there. Wind, and the higher damaging wind threat potential is going to remain across the Texas Panhandle today. There's another pocket up north from about I-70 on north. And then surrounding that, you have a 5%. Hail, we have a 15 hatch from about Garden City and Dodge City through Liberal, Guyman, Beaver, Amarillo, Childress, Texas, just about, on down through Lubbock and Midland and Odessa. And that hatch area that you see right here, that's an indication that we could see significant hail today in any of the storms that goes up. So that's basically your risk for today. Now we go to the day 2, which that would be Monday. And here it is. Here is your day 2 outlook. Now, if you notice, yesterday they had the enhanced risk all the way down to about the Oklahoma-Kansas state line. But now that enhanced risk only goes down to about Kansas City. So basically the highest category in my tracking zone for severe weather coming up tomorrow is a slight risk. And that runs from about Midland and Abilene all the way up. And that basically surrounds the enhanced and moderate risk. Here's your moderate risk right here. And that includes the Twin Cities, by the way. And in addition to that, it also includes it also includes Des Moines. It includes the Quad Cities. It includes, actually, it does not include Des Moines now. So they downgraded Des Moines now to enhance. So really the bullseye is the Minneapolis-St. Paul area and then into Wisconsin for severe weather tomorrow. The tornado risk, the highest is 5%. And that, by the way, includes Oklahoma City. I'll zoom in so you can get a closer look at this. Okay, that's fine. So, here it is. Here's your 5%, and that basically runs from about Lawton, Fort Sill, to about Moore, Norman, Oklahoma City, up to my house, toward Tulsa, and then toward about Joplin. So basically, that's the zone where there's an elevated chance of seeing a tornado. And then surrounding that, we have a 2%. And that includes Wichita Falls, Childress, Altus, Frederick, Marlow, Duncan, places like that. Purcell, Pauls Valley, Shawnee. Tulsa right now is not in the 5%, but the north sides of the Tulsa metro area, they're in the 5%. The southern side, so like Glenpool, Jenks, Broken Arrow, Sapulpa, Kiefer, Okmulgee. Well, not quite Okmulgee, but mainly Broken Arrow, Jenks, Glenpool, Sapulpa, Kiefer. Downtown Tulsa itself, 2%. And then Joplin is in the 2% as well. So, that's your tornado risk. Your wind risk, 15%. So, that's pretty elevated. And then surrounding that, you have a 5%. Oops. And then hail. Again, all the higher probabilities are going to be up north, but notice now the Hatch area basically includes Oklahoma City. So basically it runs from about Oklahoma City and generally about the Bailey Turnpike and then points west is your Hatch area for potentially significant hail coming up tomorrow. Now, that is your day 2. Now, let me see here. Let me see if... Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me zoom out. And we'll go to the day 3, which that will be Tuesday. And notice we have a slight risk of severe weather from near Fort Stockton through Wichita Falls, Abilene, northwest sides of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is included in this, through much of Oklahoma, and then on up into northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, and then from there, this goes on from there to the northeast, across Kentucky, Indiana, and then up here in the northeast, you have an enhanced risk of severe weather, in through Ohio, Pennsylvania, and then on up into New York State. So, that is your enhanced risk, and then probabilistic chance of significant severe weather right now remains to be across southwestern Oklahoma and then into western Texas. We could still see severe weather, but right now we're not in a significant severe weather threat. But it could change. All depends on what the models are doing. And then beyond that, if we go out to the day 4 to 8 outlook, notice day 4 has a 15% for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. That would be for Wednesday. And then beyond that, it's just all predictability too low after day 4. So the only day in the day 4 to 8 outlook that is highlighted right now is day 4. And that's for severe weather in North Texas. So once day 3 comes out, we'll get a better idea of where the marginal and the general thunderstorm risk is going to be. So that is your severe weather setup from the SPC. Now let's go ahead and pull up pivotal weather. And we're going to pull up models. And then let's do this. Let's go to South Central US. Okay. So this is the GFS, and we're going to skip to about... Okay, that's good. So that would be 060. Notice, could still see severe weather with these rain bands here. And then let's go forward in time. We see another wave of heavy rain developing in through central Texas. And notice it's trying to suggest maybe a little bit of a squall line by about midday on Wednesday. And let's just do Norman on sounding. And let's see what that looks like. Okay. Actually, no. Be about 61. So the rain mass may be strong enough that keeps the temperatures cool, which that'd be a good thing. And that would limit the severe weather threat for Oklahoma. Whereas, let's see, let's click on this one here. Okay. It's about 69, 64. Okay. So this could be a good thing if we get showers early on that may limit the severe weather threat Wednesday. And that band of heavier rain moves into eastern Oklahoma by early to mid-afternoon on Wednesday. But notice down south, oh, that's not good. We'll have to watch for trends to see if they may need to expand the slight risk a little bit farther south into central Texas. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then another band of heavier rain develops. So I'm afraid first 2 home games of the Comets homestand could be problematic, as I just see wave after wave after wave of showers and thunderstorms just developing. And here's another one with this low coming out of Colorado and New Mexico on the GFS. Let me move to the next slide, William. And this may continue even into Thursday morning, by the way, per the GFS. This is Wednesday night. Notice showers and drizzle continues. And then finally, overnight Wednesday, into Thursday morning, all the showers are off into eastern Oklahoma and they're moving into Arkansas. And then from there, the heavier rain moves across the Mississippi River into Mississippi and Tennessee. So, oh boy. I'll just say right now, I'm glad I'm not working at the ballpark Tuesday or Wednesday, because right now the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday of the opening homestand, it does not look good right now at all. Looks like we may see round after round after round of heavy rain. And if we look at the quantitative precipitation, the total QPF, oh boy. This is suggesting at least a band of 3 to 6 inches of rain, basically from about Wichita Falls up through central Oklahoma, into northeastern Oklahoma, on up into Missouri. And where the heavier band of rain sets up, look at that, almost 8 inches of rain total. Not too far from me. So I think flooding could be a major problem Tuesday into Wednesday. So as a reminder, if you happen to come across a flooded roadway, turn around, find another way to go. You do not want to be another statistic in terms of people losing their lives due to high water. So, right now, I don't think Tuesday and Wednesday looks good for ball games in Oklahoma City. Could this change? Absolutely. It could change. But right now, it does not look good for any of the Comets activities on Tuesday or Wednesday. After that, it should get better. Starting Thursday, it should be getting better. And by Thursday, and that includes, by the way, the concert that I'll be going to on Thursday. Right now, the weather looks A-okay on Thursday, which that would be May 1st. So, that's that from the GFS. Now, let's look at the HRRR, and that would be the 18Z. And let's do this. Let's do this. Let's back all the way up, and let's go all the way to about 24 hours from this time frame. Let's start out with Monday at 18Z. Okay. The HRRR fires off one thunderstorm in western North Texas, and that could be the storm of the day for my part of the country. This could be the storm of the day. And watch this. Yep. That goes ahead and crosses the red. But then that dissipates. And then a new heavier rain band develops deeper into Texas, which that could be a supercell, and that could be rotating with hail, damaging winds, and a tornado threat on Monday. We'll go ahead and move to the next frame. Okay, so right now the ARRR has Monday practically capped for Oklahoma, but not so much capped for Texas. So something to keep in mind. Now we go to, let's see. Let's look at the NAM 3 kilometer. Goes out about 60 hours. So this gives us a pretty good idea. So let's back all the way up to, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Watch this. So this is 07Z. This is 08Z. Wait for no one to come in. Okay. There's 09Z. Pardon me. Oh, gotta wait for this computer to get itself going, you know. Technical problems. You know how that goes. Okay. Here's 10Z. Now, the 3 kilometer fires off storms by Lubbock. That's interesting. But basically dissipates that. Maybe see a couple of smaller showers trying to go up, but they basically weaken due to the cap. And as we go through 13Z, 14Z, really, there's not much activity going on. Interesting. Yeah, looks like to me, it looks like we may be capped. Whereas, wow, the majority of the severe weather risk area may be capped, with the exception of up into Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, with the obviously with the severe weather. So we may be capped on Monday, mostly. So I don't know. We'll see what happens regarding tomorrow, but I really don't think the enhanced risk expands that far south, and I don't think the moderate risk expands south in through Iowa or even into Missouri, because there's just too many uncertainties right now regarding tomorrow's severe weather setup. So yeah, looking at yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's basically where I'm gonna stop at, is right there. So the bottom line is this: there is a chance that we will have severe weather tomorrow for the majority of the zone. For basically all my tracking zone, we may see severe weather if the cap can break. If the cap doesn't break, then we probably won't see severe weather tomorrow, and we'll just have to wait until Tuesday, going into Wednesday, for that severe weather potential for both of those days. And I don't see anybody in the chat. So basically, I'm going to wrap this up, and then I may restart another live stream to basically just have the radar up. And if I need to pop in tonight to do severe weather updates, I will do that. And yeah, other than that, I hope y'all have a good night. And